When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, hey everybody, welcome into the Howard Hanna halftime show of the New York State Public High School Athletic Association state semifinals. Football, right now it's Bennett leading Cicero-North Syracuse 16-0, and joined by Tim Chifa, Joe Daniel, and guys, that Bennett running game and defense are leading the way. Bennett scores on their first 2 drives. They have a couple of goal line stands. They came up just short of probably scoring a 3rd touchdown at the end of that first half. But overall, I think Coach McDuffie has to be pretty happy with the performance he put out.
I think he's got to be ecstatic, to be honest. I mean, you started the game, near perfection with, I think it was this 3rd or 4th play from scrimmage. You had a 70-yard, 65-yard touchdown run. But they are just controlling the line of scrimmage, and that's what we talked about in pregame, what they had to do to win this game. Their defense looks spectacular. Should we talk about the penalty already?
All right. Why don't we first go over those 2 touchdowns for Bennett? Who scored? And they were pretty. I know Allen had the first one.
Yeah. Well, we talked about Bennett, right? We want to get off to a good start. They did with a 60-yard touchdown run from Allen. 2-point conversion was successful. 8-0. Tolliver had a run from 6 yards out, and then 2-point conversion was successful. So it's 16-0. And then Bennett's really done a good job. 4th and goal, they had a stop. And then the North Stars, they've stopped Bennett on a 4th and goal. And so the North Stars here, Cicero-North Syracuse, they've moved the ball, but Bennett's really tightened it up inside the 30 multiple times. You guys kind of can feel it, right? They get penetration. They've forced some tough throws in coverage. So Bennett's been outstanding on their defensive side of the field, really stiffening it up here, making it hard for Cicero.
Well, Francis, just like Tuesday, we mentioned during the halftime of the postgame show on Tuesday, their superstars came to play again. And you hear Allen's name, and you hear Lewis' name, and you hear Perry's name, and you hear their names because they are the leaders of this team, and they step up in these big games. I cannot say enough about Rashad Perry. I mean, he is incredible. If you zone in, I know a lot of people don't watch the line. Okay, that's just not what we do, right? But if you just zone in on him, he dominates on the offensive line and the defensive line every single time. And I'm sorry, that penalty was terrible. I mean, the kid makes an unbelievable play. It was a great defensive play. He did the same thing last week. We said we called it the Clowney play. Remember? He does the same thing. He gets excited. He wasn't in the kid's face, and the ref makes a penalty or calls a penalty, and he keeps the drive alive. I'm really, really happy Bennett stepped up and still held him, because that would have been a really, really horrible way for them to get back into the game.
Guys, that was on a 3rd and 15. They got the stop. Now, they didn't give them a first down. They ended up getting the stop. It was away from the play. You're not doing it towards the team. Anybody shows a little excitement. He made a great play. This is a state semifinal game. You throw the flag. And then Bennett makes a good stop. He does this. Another player. You don't call that, but you called that.
Yeah.
Utter ridiculous.
I think they knew.
An embarrassing penalty. Embarrassing.
I think they knew, not to stay in this for too long, but I think they knew if they called it a second time, things could have gotten probably really bad.
Guys, I'm seeing Francis, you guys brought up. It was an embarrassing penalty. It's so frustrating to see that because, once again, this is about the kids. Let them have their moment in a respectful way.
It's a state semifinals.
Yeah,
let them play. Let them play.
Yep.
We'll move on.
I know.
Let them play.
Let them play.
My God, right. Let them play.
We also saw Jaden Lewis. He didn't come up with any picks, but he almost came up with one in the end zone. We kind of saw, and he was pretty close to catching a pass inside the 5 that could have set up a touchdown towards the end of the half. For Cicero-North Syracuse, again, pretty much kept in check. They've been able to kind of move the football, but they haven't finished drive. 0 points so far. What do they need to do in the second half to try to really get back in this game?
Well, I think they have to try to change it up a little bit on offense. Okay, yeah, I don't love the play calling so far by them. They're not doing anything to slow down slow down the line and the athletes from Bennett. They're not trying to let them in, dump it over their head with the screenplay, nothing like that. It's very kind of vanilla, I guess you could say. I wasn't overly impressed with them. If they don't change things up, this game, it might get out of hand for them.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
I don't. I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, Francis, I'm ready for your question. I guess you can give me it if you'd like.
All right. So, all right. Then I'll go with, how about take the converse? Let's say you're Coach McDuffie. You're up 16-0. We talked pregame, everything you kind of had going against you, and you're really kind of have control. You could have done better. We think you probably deserved to have a third score, but maybe penalties or whatever was holding you back. So what's your message if you're Coach McDuffie to your team right now up to scores?
Scores, well, we've played really well. All right. We've moved the ball. We got 16 points. We got stopped on 4th and goal. I mean, that's a chance where you got to put it away. And then the last minute, I mean, we got it. I know you tried to get a bounce, but you didn't. And you got to make sure you got a bounce. Bennett wasn't as crisp in the last 40 seconds. And I feel like they missed an opportunity to get some points, and hopefully it doesn't come back to hurt them in the end.
Yeah, they should have known that the play was going to the play clock was going to start after the penalty as soon as they placed the ball. So they should have been on the ball for that. That was a little miscommunication. But I think Coach McDuffie, I think pretty much all week long they're I think he's trying to maybe build this us against the world type thing. Should they have played Tuesday? Should they not have played? Now they have a short rest. Now they're playing at another team's home field. So it's like. And now we're getting some calls that are kind of ridiculous against us. I think he keeps saying that, hey, they keep throwing things at us. We're going to keep knocking them down every single time. And let's finish this game in the second half and show why we're the best team in the state.
I think that's a great way to put it, Tim, especially if you're Coach McDuffie. I think that will do it for us.
Before we wrap it up, I want to say one thing. Guys, this is our second game today. We did games last week, I think 2, 4, maybe our 5th. I've had a ball. This has been so much fun. We talked about maybe doing a Manning cast if we could do it, but watching these high school football games has just been really enjoyable last 2 weekends, and I thank you for that. And if I don't join you for the post-game show, good luck to Bennett.
Yeah, we're in our North Amherst studios, as we like to call them, watching the game.
And because of yelling.
What's that?
You're getting fired because of yelling about the refs. Not going to be here.
Applebee's has half-price appetizers at 8. We want to hit that.
Yeah, so we're in our
Can I get that name drop? I'm sorry if I can't. I apologize.
North Amherst studios right now, watching the game from here, while the rest of our crew is in Cicero-North on the broadcast for NFHS. They're doing a great job down there. But I think that'll do it for us at halftime. Be sure to join us for postgame. But for Tim Chifa, Joe Daniel, I'm Francis Beck. Thank you for watching the Howard Hanna Halftime Show. It's Bennett up 16-0 as we get ready for the second half.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.